As Taric is really leaping off the page as a power support. Shen for playmaking denied because he didn't want to have to deal with all of the knockups and the Shen. So do we see a priority onto the Taric? The answer is no. And they're going to be taking the blind Poppy. I guess it could be a Poppy support.
That's true. We have seen that before as
well.
well.
And it's Max, who finds every champion in the support role. I'm still waiting for some of his more creative supports. Where's the Lux support at? That's what I want to know.
Waiting for the Poppy Scion, and we just don't know which one goes top, which one goes bot.
Really strong against the hook shot is the W there, the steadfast presence from the Poppy. Ryze somehow comically has fallen this far down the draft, but this will be a top lane Ryze from Keenan. He just locks it in. It could be a top lane Galio. Oh my god, it could be a support guy. Winner's going crazy trying to work out where a freaking freaks
Anyone can go anywhere other than Kalista. She's going into the bottom lane.
Support?
Not like
Kalista Rakan was seen for the first time yesterday. So we'll firm on the positions now. It's going to be Camille jungle, clearly. Bit of a flex pick nature for Kuro and Kramer, who are currently holding on to the Galio and the Ryze, respectively. And last second change to Thresh. Okay. Oh, baby. Kalista Thresh. Now, what this says is bot lane wants to be involved in the bounty castle, but also can display a farm lane because you have Fate's Call and also the Lantern for safety. So you have a lot of options, a very flexible lane, and a Tucson favorite with his hook champion. Speaking of hook champions, though, oh, baby, we're playmaking on the side of MVP.
We're going to get
this game
another
just got
Blitzcrank.
Really fun. All of a sudden, we're going to get the Blitzcrank, this time from Max, one of our resident Blitzcrank players, taking a lead from Ignar's playbook. Very big playmaking draft from MVP. Many different types of engage, and 280 carries do the brunt of the damage. That fast presence is going to be very useful against multiple abilities from Afrika. Your issue is, though, when it comes to actually having the forward movement, that I think that MVP will outstrip in terms of damage, because Corki will take over the game, and even a full Ryze build.
They get the pop up there onto the Kalista as Kramer goes low, but Spirit walks in, throws down the ultimatum, but Max goes golden. As he casts it, it looks like he keeps himself safe. Justice Punch comes in, he gets popped up, and Kuro will be finding the first hit. Now flashes in, gets the double taunt. Maha going low, but has the stopwatch to try to keep himself alive as Kuro tries to get him, but cannot finish him off. And in the meantime, it's going to be Spirit going down as Ian arrives in with the TP, and he's got quite a bit of damage with that Triforce. The Corki, not sure why we're looking at top lane. We go back to the bottom. Boss Bomb comes in, he flashes forward and takes out Kramer. Ian with the double kill, 2-1 MVP on the board.
So much action, the Observer lost track. He was baited in by 15 minutes of passivity. The Rift Herald goes down bot lane as well. Ian had no threat on him as a Trinity Force Corki, and predictably punished the Afrika Freaks. First turret of the game, big gold lead, and here comes some TPs!
Double TPs, Beyond and Ian and Maha, all three of them low. Kuro gets the taunt in onto one, Beyond getting junked out, stopwatch there for Ian. Trying to finish him off, another TP, throw them all into the bottom lane, says Afrika Freaks as they try to get the kills. Ian arrives, gets the lockdown, 2 more kills over to Afrika. They'll come out on top in that regard for the moment here as the Realm Warp comes in, but they can't quite catch them, so 3-2, but still going to be down.
From SKT's multiple attempts to try to run the Galio that no one's tanky.
Oh, Tuson's going in onto that one. Gets the play in the box down, but won't get the connection. But now Spirit arriving, gets the hook shot in, looks for the stun, but can't find it. Hell comes down, they drag him out. Ultimatum tries to keep himself alive, but it's not going to happen as Maha finds the kill. MVP starting to run away with the game as 2 kills go over to the Ezreal.
Yeah, it's just too easy for MVP. Spirit was caught all alone. I think his flash only came off cooldown after the end of all of this, though. It's a gank brush for sure on top side.
Yeah, really looking for it off. That True Shot barrage just clipped through the brush. They would have known this was coming. Fate's Call in, Flay down in onto Max. He will die. He knows this, just pops the silence and tries to keep everybody nice and contained away from the Ezreal, so he'll give up his life so Maha can escape. But this is the aggressiveness that you were talking about that Afrika really needs to show, but they also just need to know, when to abort the mission. He's coming through from Kramer, I do believe. Hook comes down, tries to draw him out of the pit. No, it's going to be taken away as Spirit finds the kill. The smite comes down, the Baron goes over to the side of Afrika. MVP yet again going in, electing to have a 50-50 Baron attempt, and it costs them massively. 2 members currently dead. They lose the Baron, and Afrika suddenly back in control.
Classic MVP Baron. They trusted ADD to be able to eject. We saw Thresh mid-air being punted out of existence, but they were not able to punt away Spirit. Didn't catch if he used the ultimatum to get away from that, but regardless, that was the one that was able to confirm the kill onto the Baron, and Baron was the objective clearly for Afrika with a draft like this, and gifted, you'd have to say, by MVP.
Just handed over, tied up nicely with a bow. 2 turrets immediately going down, now looking for a third here in the top lane as Afrika just goes ahead and explodes forward with a massive gold lead. off the backside of that Baron. We were 100 gold apart.
Let's watch the
Just a few
replay
moments
here. They're
ago.
trusting Poppy to disengage. Tucson, notice, gets knocked away. Spirit gets interrupted, actually, and then is able to ultimate him in. Wow. So I believe, actually, the rocket punch there, the E there from the Blitzcrank knocked him up instead of him being fully disengaged. If I read the Poppy AoE on the ultimate correctly, regardless, the knockups didn't work the way that MVP wanted. The Baron is stolen. And from there, so much momentum. Like you say, an explosion in the gold lead. And the objective of freaking interviews said, this is the way we want to play.
Yeah.
We trust in the smite. They love to take the risks, but sometimes the risks are used against you.
Oh, ADD trying to get the pop out there, but oh no, that's going to be the hook shot. Spirit drags himself in, keeps himself inside of the ultimatum, and then gets that final hit in onto ADD. Beyond coming forward, does get the impale, but the hero entrance comes through, pops him up, and Spirit makes it out alive. Now 2 more members dead on the side of MVP. 8-4, massive gold lead bubbling up here for Afrika Freaks. They're going to be looking to finish off MVP here in Game 1 as they're knocking down the inhibitors.
That's a huge outplay by Spirit, using the hook shot to dodge the ultimate from Poppy and getting the stun and living out of all of it. Insane stuff. Turn around onto Beyond and ADD. In the meantime, like you noted, they took a free
Sense. Hook just come down onto Max, but they'll just go ahead and chunk him out. Don't even have to ride it forward to try to finish him off. Afrika Freak's going to be on a bit of a retreat here, but maybe looking to turn things around as the play in the box come down here onto ADD, who is just not tanky enough. Pops the stopwatch to try to keep himself alive. Hook comes in onto Keen, but he's got a stopwatch of his own. Max now has to flash away. Ian has been able to finish off 1, but they're trading a 1 for 2. As Afrika looks to go ahead and finish this off, Spirit goes forward, throws down the ultimatum. Will pay for that one with his life. A bit silly here on the Camille, it would seem. But Afrika Freaks have taken all 3 inhibitors. They will go ahead and go back and spend this massive amount of gold that they have accrued.
5 minutes.
Oh, here we go. Super Creep's pushing forward. Still the Baron buff going to be there. As that Impale comes down, they drag him into the back line. Look at the chunk down Spirit. He pops the ultimatum yet again. Will fall. This is maybe the moment here for MVP to try to hold out some hope. ADD and Beyond both going low. Beyond will get picked off as Keen finds the kill. The Nexus under fire. MVP desperately trying to hold on to their hopes. Fate's Call gets dragged out. They can toss him straight back in if they want to. Goes for the hook, doesn't find it, but they're onto the Nexus. Will get chunked down, it will get destroyed. 35.5 minutes in. And Afrika Freaks will go ahead and beat MVP here in game number 1, but it was certainly closer than we might have been anticipating.
Yeah, definitely not one you smile about. No coach is going to burst through the door and
We
high
did
five
it!
any players, because this was one that MVP on a different day would have realistically taken. So a lot to talk about here as Zephyr and troops come in, talk with their charges. Some surprising passivity from Afrika Freaks in the early game, reminiscent of KT Rolster mismanaging their Galio draft in game 1. So blue side Galios have certainly been letting down their team a little bit. They still were able to stick the landing, but you saw some of the hand gestures there from the coaching staff. Not too impressed. Well, Afrika closed it out, whereas MVP, very impressed with their ability to once again get on top of things. They made one big roll of the dice. Unfortunately, it was around the Baron and ended